We found out this morning, Today Show came on.
Where were you when you found out?
I'm driving to work. It was an hour ago. Matt Lauer.
I told you this last week.
What?
I told you this last week.
How would you have known last week?
I did.
You didn't.
I did.
Matt Lauer just got fired from the Today Show for sexual misconduct allegation. One right now, they said, but, you know, look, Matt Lauer is, by a mile, the most powerful man in the whole NBC News organization, and probably the most powerful individual person in morning TV.
Most powerful guy named Matt.
That doesn't add
in mornings.
No, that doesn't help.
Absolutely.
No, it doesn't.
Sure, it is. Most powerful man whose last name rhymes with sour.
That's not. It's even more specific. We're trying to widen, not shorten. But yeah, the fact that he gets fired, they haven't come out with details of what it is, but he got fired overnight. It seemed like they kind of just threw it on the Today Show host when they got there this morning, and they had to deal with it. They threw in Hoda on the main show to figure out what they're going to do, because they say there's sexual misconduct. It said, on Monday night, we received a detailed complaint from a colleague about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace by Matt Lauer. It represented, after serious review, a clear violation of our company's standards. As a result, we've decided to terminate his employment. While it's the first complaint about his behavior in the over 20 years he's been at NBC News, we were also presented with reason to believe this may not have been an isolated incident.
There must be something really legit, because there's no way they wanted to fire Matt Lauer.
No, yeah. This is awful for the Today Show.
We have the clip. I've not heard the clip. I read on the Drudge Report. I was Ubering in, and I'm zipping through the computer, boom, 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 reading news, getting informed.
Did you call your phone the computer?
Yep. I did. Yes, I did. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and that was one of them. I was zipping out my computer.
Yeah. It's okay. Jim's an older gentleman.
I am. Sometimes I mix up my technology.
It's okay. It's all happening so fast these days.
I don't know how to keep up.
I know.
But I'm trying.
You're doing a great job.
I sure am.
You're doing a
the
really
old
good
iPhone.
job. Yeah.
Holding out my iPad. Okay. All right. Tough Dog, do we have the clip that we can play?
Yeah.
Well, Gillette was broken. That wasn't my fault.
This was the beginning of the Today Show this morning.
No, this is Jim and Sam.
This is the clip.
I'm all hyped up.
I know you are. It's bad. It's bad news for us. Probably going to crash in like 45 minutes.
Fucking juicy ass.
What are you doing?
Man, what?
What are you doing?
I can't look at Troy.
Oh. Troy, are you okay with that?
Yeah, of course.
All right, it's on the record.
Has a nice rump.
Wait. You can't. We're literally in the middle of a story about sexual misconduct in the workplace.
So what? Come on, I'm allowed to. I'm looking at it. Like, I just know that I want to lick that girl's rump.
Are you talking about Troy again?
No, I'm looking at TV.
Oh.
There's fucking 5 TVs in there.
Oh. Still.
Ooh, do I want to eat her rump?
It's still not. The timing is just off. It doesn't come across well.
All right.
In this moment.
Did he just do this, or is this something that had been brewing and he had done and someone was fed up with it? Or was he stupid enough to just do it Monday? No.
I don't know, but there's no way it's an isolated event if they fired him. There's just no way. You want to hear how they started the show?
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today. And Hoda's here with me this morning because this is a sad morning here at Today and at NBC News. Just moments ago, NBC News Chairman Andy Lack sent the following note to our organization. Dear colleagues, on Monday night, we received a detailed complaint from a colleague about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace by Matt Lauer. It represented, after serious review, a clear violation of our company's standards. As a result, we have decided to terminate his employment. While it is the first complaint about his behavior in the over 20 years he has been at NBC News, we were also presented with reason to believe this may not have been an isolated incident. Our highest priority is to create a workplace environment where everyone feels safe and protected, and to ensure that any actions that run counter to our core values are met with consequences, no matter who the offender.
I know they have to.
Deeply sad.
Sorry, I know they have to say something, but when they say our core values
in NBC News. This is
shut up.
It's also, yeah. Our core values are that our employees should not be sexually assaulted. Like, okay, wow.
Yeah,
you
wow.
You really are a moral high
You were raised
ground.
right.
Yeah,
shut up.
Thanks for being a shining star for the rest of us to follow.
I mean, look, they got to say something. What are they going to say? We don't care that he was waving his dick around. They have to, they kind of have to say that.
It's just a little bit of it puts themselves on a bit of a pedestal to start using that kind of language.
Yeah, and it's like, our number one priority is to provide a safe work environment. It's not.
I think your number one priority is to get eyes on the Today Show.
Of course it is. Yeah. But so it must have been a fucking major problem if they just fucking shit-canned him overnight.
George Stephanopoulos is like, hey, ho.
We told young Robbie should go in.
To get to try to get the gig.
Absolutely. The kid's got, not that he got looks, he's got charisma.
Yeah.
Pizzazz, if I may.
I mean, I can't believe George Stephanopoulos is the last man standing in morning television. He stinks. Like, how could that dude be the last man standing? Unless, oh, dude, if George Stephanopoulos has an ounce of dirt under his fingernail, he's got to be panicked right now. Because if NBC is firing Matt Lauer, it's official. Nobody's remotely safe. There is nobody that's too big for this at all.
Well, O'Reilly going to, Roger Ailes.
That was a big one. That was a big one.
Kevin Spacey getting yanked out of a fucking movie.
Yeah, kid, that was not as big as, Today Show's going to lose more money than that movie.
Probably will, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the rest of that clip?
By this turn of events, but we will face it together as a news organization and do it in as transparent a manner as we can. That is the statement from our chairman, Andy Lack, and we just learned this moments ago, just this morning. As I'm sure you can imagine, we are devastated and we are still processing all of this. And I will tell you right now, we do not know more than what I just shared with you, but we will be covering this story as reporters, as journalists. I'm sure we will be learning more details in the hours and days to come.
Hoda's not a journalist.
And we promise we will share that with you. And Hoda, I mean...
She does the fourth hour, right?
For the moment, all we can say is that we are heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for Matt. He is my dear, dear friend and my partner. And he is loved by many, many people here. And I'm heartbroken for the brave colleague who came forward to tell her story and any other women who have their own stories to tell.
I mean, look.
And we are petrified.
Does she know the woman? She must know her.
She said employee, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, you wonder if they had any... I wonder if they knew that there was something happening with him and a woman.
I get it. I mean...
It's breaking news on every single network. It's a huge...
giant. It's giant.
He was the guy that went and talked to the president.
Yes, he is more important to NBC than Brian Williams was.
Yeah, I think so. He probably makes more money.
Yeah. I mean, they used to in the summers. He would get helicoptered in from the Hamptons to New York to do the gig. Like NBC would helicopter him in. Yeah.
Wow.
He's making crazy money.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much he's obviously not gonna have to work again. But it just sucks when it's just not about the money.
But he's got to go home now. His family's going to be like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "This is for him, and he deserves it if he's sexually assaulting people." But
I don't think it's assaulting, but it's just harassment.
Sexual misconduct is what they said.
What is it? Do you text a dick picture? Like, what are you doing?
Who knows?
That causes them to fire you immediately.
That's why I made the leap, because I think that it's more than just being
a woman even.
Hey, exactly. Who knows? But you got to have that conversation with your family now, too, if you're Matt Lauer.
No, I don't. Oh, I think about them. I'm going to call my parents.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, Dad, you were having a Matt Lauer?
Yeah, you're like, I didn't even go there for Thanksgiving. You think I'm going to call him for Matt Lauer? Like, yeah, I mean, this is a big one. I know a few people who work at the Today Show, and I've never even heard an inkling that Matt Lauer is even just kind of a creep. Yeah. And I went and interviewed him not too long ago, like a year and change ago, and at the Today Show in the building. We went into his office and interviewed him after like a taping of the show, and I kind of, to tell you the truth, thought that he was going to be like one of those, cocky bully. He's going to have a lot of people who end up making a lot of money, especially in this business. Like, they end up with this like sort of bully vibe about them. You can always sense it. I'm sure you've encountered it many, many times.
Every morning.
You think so?
Every morning I'm bullied here.
You think so?
Every morning. Walk into this room with good intentions.
And what happens?
I'm bullied.
I'm sorry to hear that. Travis, you got to knock that off. Bullying Jim, I mean.
I'm sorry.
But
when being bullied.
When people have, like, a certain amount of power and they're making a ton of money and they realize this, they have that bully energy. And I thought I was going to get at least a little bit of that from Matt Lauer, and not an ounce.
Yeah.
Like, he was the fucking man when I talked to him. And I talked to him that one time and that was it. So I'm not going to bat for him. But I was shocked by how much I liked him after talking to him.
Yeah, I never
And
met
he was
him.
like personable. He wasn't like blowing things off. Like after we were done with the interview, it was still like hanging out and chatting and stuff like that.
You didn't know when to leave, did you?
No,
Sam was just sitting in the big NBC office and Matt's
It
being
was in
polite.
his personal office.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I really didn't know when to leave. Plus, he didn't make a move on me at all. He was sitting in his office. He could have.
Was it a nice office?
Yeah, it was. And he had a bunch of like memorabilia and stuff. I wonder who's going to... If they fired him last night...
Who goes and gets that stuff out of the office?
He had like signed pictures from presidents. Like pictures with him and the president that was signed and stuff.
It's amazing. He interviewed Obama, Cumsher, Clinton, Bush. He interviewed everyone.
I would this morning while the Today Show's on and everybody's like kind of wrapped up in this, I'd try to sneak into the office and grab, a couple of
there's
things.
probably people guarding that.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of presidents,
Yeah.
our president tweeted something about Matt Lauer.
I read the tweet.
You read it?
Can I see it? I didn't catch that
Yeah.
one. Oh, God, I want to fuck her.
Who are you doing? Stop.
Well, I'm looking over your shoulder.
No, I know, but either way, it just doesn't come across well.
I
right
can look
now.
at TV and talk about the people on TV. They're on TV.
Of course you can.
Why not?
But so Donald Trump tweeted out this morning, just an hour ago, right after. He is right on top of the news, man. He tweeted out, "Wow, Matt Lauer was just fired from NBC for, quote, inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace." And then he follows that up with, "But when will the top executives at NBC and Comcast be fired for putting out so much fake news? Check out Andy Laxpass."
But he puts fake news in capital letters.
Of course he does. I guess he's trying to turn it into a proper noun. That's his thing. Yeah, branding. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, President Trump, you could wait a sec.
It's funny, yeah.
You could wait a sec on that. Like it doesn't all have to somehow.
We get it.
It all goes back to the fake news says nasty things about me.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know, but
And I'm even on his side with the fake news thing. He's
that's
right. They
right.
stink.
That's not
They stink.
But
Yeah.
But with this one, maybe you kind of let it pass a little bit, right? Like let it be about the victim of this and let the story play out before you go like, hey, by the way, it's also fake news. Because does that imply that the Matt Lauer story is fake news?
No.
Right. So why are you responding to their news story by saying also it's fake news?
I'm just looking at some of Trump's retweets.
Jeez. Yeah, it's just
Muslim boy beats up Dutch boy on migrant beats up Dutch boy on crutches.
it's great.
Kicking the shit out of a kid in crutches.
Video of people getting thrown off buildings.
Yeah, that's
Video, hold on, go back and see. Islamist mob pushes teenage boy off roof and beats him to death.
it's probably super helpful.
Oh, I don't mind a good retweet once in a while.
I guess, but I mean, you could also, that's not terribly dissimilar from retweeting like black guys in Chicago and being like, see, this is what's going on, and going like, yeah, we know what you're saying, dude.
Yeah.
We kind of, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I understand. I got it.
Yeah.
But I don't mind those retweets.
Yeah, I mean, you probably would if you were Muslim.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably be like, that's
Then again, no, I don't know if I would or not, to be honest with you. I don't know. I might not.
If the president was retweeting like,
I think if the president was retweeting like Irish guys committing violent acts,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
yeah,
I don't
because there's
commit
not a
violent
prejudice against Irish people.
That's right, because Irish people didn't do certain things. Well, in recent memory. We did do certain things, but not
Yeah,
recent memory.
I mean, yeah, there wouldn't, of course.
I just don't mind it. You know what Trump does? His thing with Islam is he's pushing against this whole PC thing. So yeah, it probably is inappropriate to retweet 3 things in a row.
It's literally the opposite end of the spectrum.
You could tweet one example and go, look, we get it. You're not PC. You're not afraid to talk about Islamic terrorism, but to tweet a bunch in a row, it does kind of become a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's the opposite end of the spectrum. It's just it's the opposite end of ignoring it. It's doing the same exact thing, but on the other side.
Yeah.
Where you're now, instead of painting this view where nothing ever goes wrong, you're painting this view where it's only awful.
Well, he's more trying to justify his own, immigration, his migration policy, his immigration policy. See what happens?
Yeah, exactly.
It is
exactly.
But still, I don't mind him.
Exactly.
I don't mind any type of stuff like that being retweeted. Any type of fucking hey, look, some people are saying this doesn't happen and it happens. I don't care if it's black guys, Muslims, white. It really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, but when you're the president and you have a
have to handle
specific agenda.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty clear. You're trying to say, hey, look, everybody, the president of the United States is saying Muslims are not good.
Yeah, he
Like
probably.
that's
his problem is he doesn't communicate these things as well as I wish he would. Like if his agenda is, hey, I want there to be better vetting, then do that a little smarter than you're doing it. He doesn't do that well. He doesn't express
well
himself
at all. No.
very well.
No. But at least we're gonna sexual harassment, assault, misconduct aside, at least we're gonna get to the bottom of some of this fake news.
Yeah, it's like that probably wasn't the time to do that.
At least this fake news thing is going.
That was bad, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a silly little tweet.
But yeah, so NBC's in trouble with this one.
That's a fucking. Who do they replace him with?
Yeah, well, I was talking to Travis about it earlier. I mean, they don't have anybody in the bullpen that's ready for that role. That's why they're paying him so much money, because there isn't somebody to take that spot. They could put Al Roker in for a little bit, and then have, try to bring Willie Geist or Carson Daly or somebody up
Willie
to
Geist
speed.
might get it.
I hope so. I like Willie Geist, but I liked Matt Lauer.
Carson Daly, they're not going to give it to.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's not bad, but he's been around too long in other roles, and he's not. Willie Geist is a guy who they probably believe can. Is he on MSNBC or NBC right now?
Both.
They probably figure here's a guy who can.
Willie Geist comes across as a news guy, but he's also personable.
Very nice dude. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to handle the spectrum of soccer mom stories, but also being able to interview the president.
Yeah. I need a chum in that position.
You need to know that guy's your friend in the morning.
I do.
I see.
No, I mean a guy I know. I would like a chum to be in that position.
Oh, because he's a buddy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know Willie too. You're not bragging to me.
Sure you do.
We talk about sneakers.
What's that?
Willie Geist and myself.
That's not what we talked about.
What did you guys talk about?
How much we hate sneakers.
What?
He's a chameleon.
Yeah, he is. He's just a social chameleon blending in.
He doesn't mean any of it.
No, nothing. There is no Willie Geist. He's basically Patrick Bateman. He's just a shell of a person.
There he is right now on TV. Looks handsome. Full head of Jack Kennedy hair. He has Jack Kennedy hair. People respect that.
He's on MSNBC talking about Matt Lauer. Do you think he's like, don't smile. Don't smile.
Yeah.
Do not smile.
Exactly. Hands below shoulders. Do not raise fists in air. Do not raise fists in air.
And I mean, it makes all of us at NBC News go, it's tough.
Do not, if the phone rings in background, do not say, is that for me? Is that for me? Is that for me?
Yeah. He's just sitting there like,
is that for me?
He's just glancing down at his phone on the desk the whole time he's talking.
Yeah.
Like, should I... And guys, I may need to, interrupt you for a second. I may need to go across the street at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to step away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be watching that going, Hoda's not keeping that.
Hey, hello. Oh, it's on my phone.
Yeah, that's on my phone. Sorry, phantom vibrates.
How awful is it when there's fucking 10 phones on a desk and one vibrates and you're waiting for something? You think it's you and it's not.
No,
for Pete's sake.
And then everybody knows. What are you waiting for? You waiting for a
shucks.
call? No, I don't know.
At least I know what I'm going to Philadelphia tomorrow to the Fillmore, and I know what I'm opening with. 35 minutes on Matt Lauer.
How could you have 35?
I'll write it today.
Topical Jimmy?
Yep. Fucking 35 minutes of Matt Lauer stuff right up front.
That's what you should be. I'm the most topical comedian in the business.
Yeah. How much time you want on Matt Lauer?
Yeah.
35?
I could do it all.
Yeah.
Are you funny? Well, not topical.
I'll talk about it. Willie Geist may take over. That's right there. Boom. That's fucking 5 minutes there.
That's good. And you'll say it like that. So it's even if you don't have any specific jokes, if you say the name in a funny way.
Hilarious.
It's comedy.
It's going to be it's going to be a hit.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. Man.
That's stunning news.
It is.
I don't know why it's stunning. After Charlie Rose went.
Yeah, I guess that's,
all these big news guys.
Too.
Big news guy, fucking Charlie Rose, O'Reilly,
Matt Lauer.
I don't know why we expect the news guys to be different than other guys. They're not.
Well,
these guys.
They are, but they do dictate some kind of morality, right? Like they want to be perceived. Journalists are supposed to be perceived as kind of being above it all, right?
You know,
they're supposed to be these trusted sources.
They're the people who bring the news to us. They're the
You're
people.
Not saying anything.
They're the people who bring us the information we crave. Yeah, I don't know why we expect them to be, I have to step down. Thank God Cronkite's not here to see all this.
I bet Cronkite was doing a little.
Of course he was.
People.
I
really,
made a girl eat my ass with that clock behind me. That was Nixon. I can't do Cronkite.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
It's not a particularly good impression.
I'm Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, I'm Walter Cronkite. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty shocking.
It is. It's it's also shocking.
That's so fast.
So fast, which means that the accusations are
what the fuck
real. This isn't one of those like, oh, but it's he said, she said, innocent till proven guilty. Like they don't make this move.
This might be a recording.
Damning evidence.
She may have a recording of him harassing her, or of him saying, "Look, if you want, who the fuck knows." Usually, when they fire you like that fast, they're worried about a lawsuit, and if all of a sudden now that they know. If they're complicit and they keep... That's the one reason people get fired so fast is the company's worried about getting sued if the person does something else. Like if you do something else once they know, now you're involved in a lawsuit and you can't say you didn't know. And
yes.
That's a fucking...
Yes.
You might be looking at $30 million because people do get socked for fucking $10, $20, $30 million in lawsuits.
It's really interesting though because just the way the sexual misconduct wave has gone. When Harvey Weinstein kind of...
What happened with him?
He was also accused of severe sexual assault and rape.
Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
Dude, what have I
wish you would check out the news a little bit.
I apologize. I've been trying to come up with these like Aussie news angles every morning. Sam's like, you're not paying attention.
Yeah, this isn't. You have to know what's going on a little bit.
All right.
But you would. They tried to continuously kind of not cover it up, but lighten it a little bit. Like they wanted to see if they could get away from it. They wanted to see if they could escape it. Like, okay, we'll just push him over here. Now, there's no more brushing it under the rug.
No, you can't brush it because there's too many ways to prove it.
Yeah, we're going to shine. All we can do is shine a spotlight on it and fire whoever is responsible.
Yeah.
And that's good.
What was he doing?
I got to know.
What the fuck was he doing? Because for a guy that powerful who generates that much money to get fired overnight, like immediately. There has to be very, very damning evidence.
Yeah.
They just re-signed him last year.
They did.
For $20 million a year.
For how many years? 17 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's incredible.
It's a huge amount of money. And it's all up front, too.
They would helicopter. That was an amazing gig when they're helicoptering you in.
Yeah.
Do you know how how big you must feel your dick is when they're helicoptering you into NBC?
Well, yeah. You
from
feel
the
like,
Hamptons.
You feel like your dick is so big, you got to show it to everybody.
You know, that's probably what it is. Your dick is so big, you got to show everybody.
Do you think that if these guys, especially the news guys, if these guys would just simply jerk off, like if they would just, after the Today Show, go into your private bathroom, jerk off,
stroke that prick,
and be done for the day? Like if they just, if Bill O'Reilly would just jerk off before the show, like if they would just
fucking spit in your hand, lube up. Keep going.
I don't need the details.
Take your thumb and rub it over the head.
That's not what we're doing.
Over the ridge.
I don't want to know about that. But do you think if they would do that, they would get it out of their systems, or do you think this is such a power thing?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Right? Because you can't relate to it.
Not that. No. I mean, I can relate to jerking off and being a pervert.
Jerking off?
Jerking off. Well, what's that for jerking off?
Yeah. Yeah, but I wonder, because, like,
we don't have a good office here. That's the problem. There's no glass. The office has glass doors. You can't do it. You can do it
in a stall.
Here?
In a bathroom stall.
No. I mean to do stuff.
Oh, you mean to sexually assault someone?
Yeah, you walk into the office, it's 5 guys. Fucking Roland.
You have an issue?
You can keep a heart on with Roland and Travis in the office.
Block the windows.
Yeah. Was he doing it at work, or was it just a colleague? What the fuck?
Well, and that's what, at
Do you think it'll come out?
Yeah. The detail, they wouldn't, if it wasn't going to come out, they wouldn't have fired him. But at first, your first instinct is, if they would just get to come out of their balls, they would be done. Like, it wouldn't be, but there's so much power involved. They would probably still be trying to get off on the power of it.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was just somebody who wanted to fuck. Maybe he didn't think he was. Sometimes you don't think you're harassing somebody, but they're like, oh, this guy's a creep.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I just keep sending texts.
Do people really? I feel like,
I don't know.
That's like when women say, like, oh, I didn't know I was putting that guy in the friend zone. I didn't know.
Yeah, you do.
That's why I think when men are harassing women, and they go like, "Oh, I thought I was just hitting on her. I didn't know." It's like, yeah, you do. You get wrapped up in it. You want to believe that you're not, but you know, the same way women, like, they get wrapped up in this idea of, no, we're just friends, and he says he doesn't want to date me. But you know, if you take one step outside of yourself, you know what you're doing. And I think when there's actual harassment going on, in the same way, you know when you're being a creep.
Maybe.
You justify it, I think, sometimes, and maybe you think it's not quite as bad as it is because people are conditioned to accept it. But you know when you're a creep.
You might not pick up on, some people don't pick up on social cues that well. They really don't.
Yeah.
And they don't know that they're being, sometimes you gotta say, fucking back off, stop it.
I met Matt Lauer. He seemed to pick up on social cues.
Maybe Matt Lauer did, yeah. You just like Matt Lauer because he's nice to you.
Yeah, not as nice as he was to some other people. He didn't put the moves on me at all.
That's the news. Let him and Sammy defending Matt.
No, I'm not. Wait, first of all, that doesn't even follow the agenda.
Sure it does.